Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody, guys. Let's discuss the situation on the gold market. From the technical point of view, we do not see any surprises here or something, some big changes and shifts. So markets continue dropping lower. But right now, the major question is how far gold could drop, what we should watch on the nearest perspective, what a longer perspective on the gold market. Well, guys, every time when we post the weekly research, we remind you of existing strong long-term bearish patterns that we have on the monthly chart. They are volatility breakout. That has happened on the drop in 2008 when the gold shows just outstanding drop. And second pattern that we have is the bearish dynamic pressure. Both of these patterns suggest the 1050 area is the minor target. I mean minor, that it could be just the first target that could be reached, because both of these patterns are not forbid market to continue move lower. This is just the minimum pattern, minimum target that market should reach. It's 1050. Today analysis, as you will see from the reading of the weekly research, tells that probably market in a medium-term perspective should hit not just 1050 but slightly lower area, 1025 and 1035 area. Because on the weekly chart we have some patterns that stand slightly lower than the 1050. For the monthly chart, this deviation is not really significant. The 10-20 bucks per contract for the monthly chart is nothing. So that's the medium-term target. But what next? Today, guys, when we take a look at the commitment of traders report, we could see significant drop on the open interest and in a net long position, speculative position, a speculative long position. It really was really big decrease. SPDR fund also has announced a record loss. It's approximately around 9 tons just in one session. On Thursday, the market has lost 9 tons of gold. This is very, very significant drop. At the same time, guys, we do not see, at least right now, on the last week, we do not see any increase in the speculative short positions. And that looks a bit worrying sign. Because we could come to some conclusion that this drop, from the technical point of view, from the sentimental point of view, is coincided with extreme points of our ratio that measures the relation between the speculative long and short positions. Even on the last week, before this drop has happened, we said that this ratio stands very close to the ultimate number. It's approximately 80-82%. It means that the long position takes 82% of the overall speculating position of the market. And when nobody stands on the other side, so nobody can purchase the gold. Nobody could take the additional positions that opened by the bulls. And when this happens, when the market reaches the extreme points of our ratio, this retracement should happen. Of course, this action that we see right now doesn't look like the retracement. It's really a very strong plunge. But at the same time, it puts some shadow on the perspective of this plan. So of course, we agree that market stands in the bearish action right now, and probably the market will reach some deeper levels. But at the same time, we have the feeling that we should not overestimate this current reversal down. Currently, it's too early to talk on the possible stepway and long-term perspective to the downside by the gold market. We can't currently say that gold market stands in the starting point of some long-term trend that will lead market right to the 100 position, to the 800 levels or something of that sort. Not yet. Another reasons why we think so, that yes, this plunge could continue in the nearest week, and probably it will reach the targets that we have specified. But another reasons why we think that this drop probably will be limited in the perspective is mostly due to the growing tensions in the Middle East and overall in the globe political sphere. The most recent example why we think so is the crushing of the Russian plane in the Egypt. So in the first glance, it seems that's nothing really curious with this. Yes, this is the catastrophe. This is maybe this is even some diversion, but it seems that it's not as simple as it stands on the glance, because just with no reasons, not even country will stop the overall plane flighting among the two countries. And this measure already has followed from the Russia and Great Britain. It means that on the plane crash stands something else. And we will not read about this in the public, in the mass media, in the newspapers, on the internet. We will not read about this. But we will see the following steps from the government. And I'm sure that they will follow. That's why I do not want to overestimate. We reasonably should treat this drop on the gold market, but I think that we should not overestimate and think that it definitely will lead the gold market to the deep levels. I will not be surprised if market will stop at 1030, for example, and will reverse to the upside. It really could happen. That's why let's keep following with the trend, but at the same time keep in mind that this drop probably will be limited, despite how strong it looks like right now. Turning to the technical picture directly, this is really nothing new, we could say. This drop lower is very strong, and the thrust that market has shown is very nice and is suitable for the Judd Napoli pattern. So despite what we will get, either double repo or bread and butter, the bread and butter looks logical. If we will get it, we definitely should take the short position here, because major target stands below these lows and below the 1050 area. So our major conclusion here that in the short-term perspective, we will be watching for rally to sell into. We need to take the short position. Currently, it's not really big hope that market will show this bounce, because you can see drop very significant, although market has reached the minor target of this ABC top deep patterns, just the 6-month extension market has reached, and market is oversold. Some hope exists because market also entering this cluster support. Maybe it will support market and will trigger some minor bounce. At the same time, guys, market is really strongly bearish because it has passed through the monthly pivot support one, and it has broken all support areas of this most recent swing. All major supports have been broken. And what is more interesting is that market is not oversold on the weekly chart. So it means that on the weekly chart, market right now stands mostly in the free space till the target of this big ABCD pattern. Nothing holds market from this drop. That's why on the daily chart we could get some retracements, but I'm not sure that we will get this really significant retracement to the 1120 area. Maybe market will reach the weekly pivot point. It's around 1106 on the next week, and that will be good. But in reality, I think that to be a realist, I'm not sure that we will get any meaningful pattern, for example, bread and butter sell in the near time, anytime soon. So that's our opinion. Intraday charts, guys, right now is absolutely useless because, as you can see, market not even show any signs of the possible retracement, but has shown on Friday even acceleration lower. So personally, we analyzed this channel, but on Friday market even shows the acceleration, and now we stand in an even steeper downward channel. Of course, we do not have any reversal patterns here or something of that sort. That's why, as you can see, it's nothing interesting here. So that being said, probably, guys, what we will try to do on the next week is trying to catch the bounce to the weekly pivot point. Since market stands in this consolidation, so we're oversold, maybe we will get lucky and we will get the bounce to the weekly pivot point. Whether we will get the bread and butter, well, I think that the odds are not really significant for that. It will be super luck if we will get it. But more realistic approach is the count on the possible retracements to the weekly pivot point. If even retracements to the pivot will happen, this already will be a nice chance to take the short position. Let's focus on this possible scenario and let's see what we will get on the next week.